Sorry about that technical glitch. Welcome back to Down the Track. And like I was mentioning, there's a lot of cricket to look forward to. Last couple of days have been a bit chilled, especially today. Not much cricket, but we have the Big Bash. We have the Under 19 World Cup quarterfinals, and the PSL also starting on Thursday. And it's a really good tournament. I think there'll be more eyes now. A lot of people will be watching it because Pakistan had a very impressive performance in the T20 World Cup. Plus, we get to see three of the ICC award winners: Shaheen Shah Afridi, the ICC Cricketer of the Year; Babar Azam, ODI Player of the Year; and Mohammad Rizwan, T20 Player of the Year. So we're going to see some quality cricketers there. And PSL is also known for their bowling, especially the Pakistani contingent. They bowl really fast, they bowl quick, and it's going to be some good quality cricket. I think in terms of foreign stars, you don't get the creme de la creme compared to maybe the IPL, but it's still a very good tournament. I think the PSL, you get to see some good cricket, and especially now I think the batting is improved as well. You have the likes of Rizwan, you have the likes of Babar Azam. Shoaib Malik has experience, and then you have you have your Akmal brothers, you have different kind of, you have Imad Wasim. So there's different kind of things that you'll see, but I think now the quality, especially with the likes of Babar and with Mohammad Rizwan, I think they've taken up batting a notch, especially in world cricket. We saw that in the T20s, the way they batted was outstanding, especially in subcontinental conditions. There's also the young players coming out like Azam Khan. He's someone who hits. Asif Ali is also a hitter. So I think in Pakistan, batting has improved, and bowling has always been there. Whether it's the likes of the Shine Shah Afridi, or you have the experienced Wahab Riaz, also the upcoming bowlers Naseem Shah and Hasnain. I think some quality bowling there. If you look at it just overall, um, you know, uh, I think the Multan Sultans, defending champions, of course, they're going to be very confident going in. Mohammad Rizwan has been in outstanding form as a keeper, as a batsman, and I think he'll be leading the side. A lot of confidence there, and I think they'll be looking to do well. I think along with them, Karachi Kings, with Babar Azam, you can never count them out. They have Imad Wasim, Mohammad Nabi as well, some really good competitive players in this team. You can't count out Karachi, and then um, Lahore Qalandars is a kind of team I feel like RCB, who are really good on paper, very flashy team. They have Shaheen Shah Afridi, like I mentioned, the Cricketer of the Year. They have Rashid Khan, who's outstanding, one of the best T20 spinners, if not the best in the world, going around right now. They have Fakhar Zaman as well, Mohammad Hafiz, and Samad Patel, a lot, Sohail Akhtar as well, David Wiese, who's a brilliant all rounder. We saw him also contribute for Namibia. If he can contribute for a team like that, Wiese's talent. So Lahore have a lot of talented players, a lot of big names, but they just haven't gelled together, and they haven't put consistent performances. I think one season they reached the finals with loss to Karachi, but apart from that, they haven't had that success that a Lahore franchise would have expected to have, especially with the star-studded lineup. Again, a lot will depend on Rashid Khan and Shaheen Shah Afridi, and I think when you have quality bowling like that, you do have a good chance. So you can't count them out, but hopefully their batting clicks. You want the likes of Hafiz, David Wiese, Sohail Akhtar. You want these guys to come and click as well, and Fakhar Zaman, I think, will play a very important role. So you want your batsmen to click. You can't just have the bowlers do everything. Peshawar Zalmi have an excellent squad. I think for me, they're one of the favorites. For me, this is a team I think who can do really well. Again, you need everyone to gel together, but you have match winners there, whether it's a Wahab Riaz, whether it's a Shoaib Malik, then you have Liam Livingstone, outstanding, Shafin Rutherford, brilliant batsman. Of course, they'll have to get used to Pakistani conditions, but then they have Haider Ali. So it's a very good mix of, especially in the batting, with foreign players and Pakistani batsmen. If they can, 2-3 hit form, then nothing like it. Then you have Hazratullah Zaizai, who knows how to play one way. I think there's more pressure on him now because he went for some big bucks in the PSL, but I think his performance last year was outstanding. So he's someone I'm really looking forward to watch. And this Peshawar team does have really good players. Kamran Akmal is back. He's replacing Mahmullah. They have when cutting as well. So I think a lot of talent, a bit more batting heavy, I would say, but they do have some exciting bowlers, and then they have Wahab Riaz who has experience as well. So I'm really looking forward to watching this Peshawar team, especially when it comes to batting. A good mixture, I think, in terms of foreign players and local Pakistani players. Quetta Gladiators, there's a lot of experience again. A lot of experience. They have Shahid Afridi, who's now going to play for Quetta. They have Umar Akmal, they have Sohail Tanveer, so plenty of experience there. But can they produce that form? Can they actually, like even Sarfaraz, you could say, is past his peak. So can these guys get together and put on a Chennai kind of performance in the PSL? It's still too early to say, but they do have some match winners. I think Jason Roy, outstanding. Sohail Tanveer still got it. He can have some spells, but for me, the players to watch out will be Hasnain and Naseem Shah. I think these guys can change games, and if these guys produce quality fast bowling, we've seen in T20s that the 8 overs, the first four in the power play and then the last four in the death, these 8 overs, if you can control a team and if you can dominate that as a fast bowling unit in particular, then you're ahead of the game, especially in T20s. We've seen it in the IPL with Mumbai Indians, Jasprit Bumrah and Trent Bolt, or Rabada and Nokia. We've seen it in international stage as well. Shaheen Shah Afridi himself, with the likes of whether it's Hassan Ali or sometimes Haris Rauf. We've seen it in Pakistan, we've seen Australia, Pat Cummins and Mitchell Stark. So the death bowling and the new ball is very important. I think these two can be the X factors because they have really good pace. Both of them, Hasnain had a really good BBL, and we know Naseem Shah's pace. He's a very young kid, and he can bowl express. So I think these guys are the X factors for this team, and if they perform, if they have an excellent tournament, then Quetta can be outside favorites. They'll have an outside chance to win this tournament. I wouldn't put them favorites going into the tournament, but I definitely think they have an outside chance to Quetta, just because they have some really two amazing youngsters, and then they have a good blend of experienced players as well. You have James Vince, you have Sarfaraz Ahmad, you have Shahid Afridi, Mohammad Nawaz, Iftikhar Ahmed is there, Umar Akmal, making a comeback, James Faulkner, plenty of experience, and then Jason Roy. Who can forget Jason Roy? Jason Roy can tear any attack apart, and if you give him a good batting pitch, he knows how to play one way, and I think he can really cause some problems for the opposition. So, Quetta do have a chance. I think they have an outside chance. But again, you need everyone to click. You need your fast bowlers to be perform. If they start getting hit, then it's going to be difficult because in terms of batting, they do have experience. But apart from Jason Roy, it's more kind of whether they click or not click. And also a lot of them have passed their peak. So I could be wrong, definitely, and they can all click, and that's what happened with CSK. I said that they all passed their peak and they won the tournament. So you can't really count them out, and you should not either. So it's going to be exciting. I think this draft was a very good draft. I think it's kind of even. If I look at each team, I think they can all beat each other, whether it's Multan, whether it's Peshawar, Lahore, Karachi, and then Quetta, Islamabad. I didn't speak about Islamabad. Islamabad, led by a very young captain, Shadab Khan. There's Asif Ali, there's Fahim Ashraf, Alex Hales, Colin Munro, Azam Khan. I think he's the batsman to watch out for because a lot of backing. He's played for Pakistan as well. I think that'll give him a bit of confidence, but he knows one way. He likes to attack, and he can really shift the momentum in a game. So he's someone I'd really look out for. So, this Islamabad team, they've won 2 championships, if I'm not mistaken, and you can't count them out either. This is actually a really good team. Again, a good mix of foreign players and Pakistani players. And really looking forward to how they play. Reece Topley is there as well. He's done well for England in this current West Indies tour. So I'm really looking forward to watching him play. And it's been a while since I saw Colin Munro. Mohammad Wasim Jr. has been playing really well for Pakistan. In the last series, he was outstanding. So I think definitely I'm looking forward to watching him play as well. My co-host has joined me, Raziz. I just finished wrapping up the PSL for everybody, and yeah, we can go to the next thing. But I was basically saying all 6 teams, they look very close now. I think this draft was a bit better compared to the other ones. Each team has their strengths and weaknesses,
Yeah.
and it's good to see. It's going to be fun to see Pakistanis play because they've had a great year. So looking to watching some players, and then you have your foreign players. There's Jason Roy, there's Liam Livingstone.
Yeah.
You have some good foreigners. I think ideally they would like the the likes of Van der Dusen, Quinter de Kock, David Warner, these guys to join as well. I think that's what they're missing.
Yeah,
But in terms of bowling, they're pretty stacked. You're just missing Jasprit Bumrah and maybe like a Shami
Mohammad
and
Shami,
yeah.
probably. Yeah.
I think bowling is stacked in this kind of tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the likes of Jason Roy, you mentioned Livingston, these guys are obviously looking for a big contract in the IPL as well. So this is almost like a what is it called? Ready kind of a rehearsal for the main event. With due respect
Yeah,
to PSL, but the IPL
I
is at this
can't
point.
believe you said that, but yeah.
I think the IPL is at this point a little bit of a bigger platform, bigger occasion, so to say. Unfortunately, there's a lot of political drama which doesn't allow the Indians and Pakistanis to kind of go through with it. But with that being said, I think it's going to be a fun. Just in general, like they've also evolved a lot over the past few seasons. I think in the beginning it was a lot, it was all over the place, but I think they've started to really put it down together. And like you said, there's a lot of the teams are a lot closer, like it is in the IPL now. Where
Hmm.
except for one or two teams, maybe, but everyone else is like a closely fought battle. So it's going to be fun to watch how that pans out. And it's like I said, it's good to just keep cricket for us cricket lovers to keep watching cricket. It's always fun. And some we in the past also PSL has produced some really fantastic games as well. So be it low scoring and stuff like that as well sometimes. But it's just good to see T20 cricket and at the level and the platform that PSL will show. It'll be fun to watch for sure.
Have you noticed since the PSL started, there's a period where Pakistani batting, we used to make fun of it, like after Inzamam and Mohammad Yusuf left. But I think in the last couple of years, the batting has really, really improved. Whether it's Babar Azam, Mohammad Rizwan, there's a young Azam Khan now coming through. We did joke about him, but he does have a very good strike rate. And if he does hit it, he can hit it long. So they do have some really good batsmen coming through to Pakistan. And then we saw what Asif Ali did in the T20
Yeah.
World Cup. And Shoaib Malik, Mohammad Hafiz are always dependable. So batting has improved in Pakistan. So there is some batting to watch. It's not just about bowling anymore.
Absolutely, I agree 100%. I think, like you said, the names you mentioned are fantastic players. It's helped India as well, as you can see. Some of these
Yeah.
really like when it's moment you become an IPL legend, you suddenly or a name in a household name in the IPL like a Venkatesh Iyer, you're speedboated into the Indian team, so to say. Especially if it's a position that is lacking for example, the all-round option that India was lacking. So it's always going to be these kind of tournaments are always going to be a springboard to the national teams, and I think that's why this is such a fantastic kind of a tournament or a kind of a platform for these youngsters to really come and give it their all. And who knows, now if you find like in the IPL, let's say you find like two or three Indian all-round options, suddenly they're going to be started to try in the Indian team and stuff like that. So similarly for Pakistan, I'm sure we've seen an improvement in their batting. I think the fielding and all those things that sometimes let Pakistan go astray are probably going to be focused on. And if you notice like people who are batting well and fielding well, they'll probably get that little bit of a head start as well. So it's definitely a beautiful platform for these guys to really go and to showcase their skills, and hope for the best in the future for them as well.
Yeah, and we get to see Shahid Afridi still play.
Last
I'm really,
season,
yeah, it's going to be his last season, is it?
he mentioned it. He
Can't
said this
believe
is
he's
last
playing.
season.
Ever since I've been in my Pampers diapers, he's been playing. I
He,
can't
he's
believe it.
he's playing with Shaheen Shah Afridi, who's his son-in-law. So it just is
Man,
insane.
that's insane. So Shahid Afridi, he's moved. Now he's going to play for Quetta. He's played for Multan. He's played for Karachi before. It's going to be. He's played for Peshawar as well. Now he's going to play. I think this is his fourth franchise, if I'm not mistaken. So he's going to play against his son-in-law. That's going to be a good battle. But I'm looking forward to my boys, the Akmal brothers. I've met them in person.
the the legends game, that easy drop of Namanoja. Oh man, that's so classic Kamran Akmal. even
Yeah,
even even what is this? He was smiling himself, but the bowler Kulasekara, I think he was also like, "Come on, you really got to pick that up."
yeah. I
That's
mean, it's
funny.
gonna. These guys, there is also like the fun side to it. They will make mistakes here and there, but I think a lot of talent to look forward to, and pretty exciting. I just summed up the squads, and it looks a bit more evenly matched. Multan are defending champions, so they'll go in as favorites. But Karachi have the likes of Babar Azam, and Peshawar also have a good balance in terms of batting and bowling experience as well. But for me, the outsiders, I think I named Peshawar as one of the favorites for me. But I think the outsiders is Quetta because they have Afridi and all these guys, but then they have Naseem Shah and Hasnain. And I mentioned
Fast bowling
yesterday,
option.
yeah, it's a fast bowling option. So it can go either way, though, right? They can get smashed, and then even an Afridi special might not help you keep up with the run rate. So the fast bowlers need to be accurate as well at the same time.
Absolutely, I agree 100%. I think it's going to be a fun tournament and something to look forward to. And since it's a lot closer than it's almost ready to go, and some just hoping for some fun and exciting games, so to say. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
100%.
hoping for a successful tournament without any COVID and all that kind of issues and stuff like that
Yeah,
coming through.
both the PSL and IPL were interrupted abruptly in that last year. So hopefully they can have it smooth, and then we'll also it also leads us to a smoother IPL. If the COVID cases are going in PSL, then we know what's going to happen in India as well, right?
Yeah,
So.
yeah,
But interesting, it's happening in Karachi, whereas India, I think the cases are a bit higher, bigger population. But here it's going to happen in Karachi, and then the second half will be in Lahore. So
yeah.
they're having it in Pakistan. So I mean, wishing them the best.
Oh,
Hopefully,
oh yeah.
we'll get to see some of the players, like you said, going to play in the IPL. So that'll be good. And then just moving on, Rohit Sharma has been seen batting in the net. A lot of
Apparently, he
it.
has a fitness test in the morning, and
Yeah,
if he passes the fitness test, then he'll captain the side for the what ODIs and the T20s. I don't know if you noticed, but the BCCI has switched the dates of the T20 games to
nice.
allow for that weekend to be open.
This is a problem for Indian cricket. It's affecting them. I saw that. I couldn't believe it. I understand, the IPL is big, the auction and everything, and we are
What?
excited.
But what
I'm
what what can
I
the
love the
players do
drama.
at that time? What can the players do at that time? They're just gonna play their cricket. The cricket's gonna finish anyway. I think it's gonna be the game. If they are playing in India, it's gonna be the evening game at around 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, nothing's gonna happen. 7 o'clock, let's say, right? 7 p.m. Nothing's gonna happen in terms of the IPL. It's already done. You could have had a Sunday game easily. I don't know. It doesn't make sense, but
We
I
could have had
mean,
a Sunday game. I think also they probably are all going to be distracted, right? Oh, I went for this much, I went for that much. Even though it's happened in the past where the auction happened, India have been touring Australia. I think that was the first ever IPL auction, if I'm not mistaken. They were touring Australia. That was the Harbhajan Simons series. So they were there at that time.
yeah.
This series, India won that. So I'm surprised that the auction they changed the game for that, but everyone's looking for the IPL and. Things will change. But yeah, Rohit Sharma back. So at least for now in the white ball cricket, there is no talk about captaincy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think 100%. I think Rohit Sharma is needed in this kind of a juncture of Indian cricket where things are kind of astray. It would be nice for someone as calm and collected as Rohit Sharma to come in and just really sort things out a little bit and just kind of set roles and responsibilities. I think him and Rahul Dravid will have to take a lot of responsibility to kind of just smoothen what these tides are at this point in time. And someone like a Rohit Sharma is probably ideal in this situation. He's not as kind of fierce as a Virat Kohli, but at the same time, I think at this point in time, Indian cricket needs a little bit calm, and I think that he'll bring that to the table. And it's a very, very important series. West Indies, we've seen in against England as well. They are not a side that can be taken lightly, especially in the T20s. So it'll be a good series for them to go out there, put challenging cricket out there, and hopefully come out with a win in terms of the ODI and the T20 series victories. And that will really go a long way in kind of just smoothing those unnecessary tides that have started to like creep up. A few things that I would like to see would be to just get some fresh faces. I think especially the people who played the whole tour, for example, like the likes of Bumrah, maybe Bhuvi, who unfortunately wasn't performing, maybe consider giving Virat a little bit of a break as well again, because I have IPL right after and it's a long tournament and stuff like that as well. So just give some people off 2-3 weeks off just to kind of recoup their energies and then come back strongly. I would consider especially Bumrah, who's played all the recent games, and I think he's probably really tired as well. I think the most important thing for Indian cricket right now is to just get these players refreshed because of the amount of cricket that's being played. I think just get them refreshed to so when they come and perform, they're raring to go, so to say.
Yeah, and I think Indian cricket is a stage where, like, now, unfortunately, this series sometimes, it was taken as a pinch of salt. Oh, there's this coming and thing, but now they have to actually prove themselves. Whether it's the current team or the players coming in, whoever is going to be playing, they have to prove themselves because
Absolutely.
whatever India has done in the last 6 months, it's not been up to mark. And now, like you said, you can't take it for granted. I don't think anyone takes any series for granted, but I think for the first time, these players are going to be under pressure in a home series. And I don't remember this until the last time I remember this when Greg Chappell was there in 2005 in South Africa. And then maybe when De Villiers smashed it in 2013, 14, around
Yeah.
that. But even then, like, it was, whoa, De Villiers masterclass. But now if India lose, then there's going to be a lot of pressure. You're going to see those in the stadiums, those effigies burning and stuff like that, which we haven't seen in the last
In a
10, 15
while.
years.
Yeah.
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 And that's what I'm saying. I think India will be under pressure now. And Rohit Sharma, I think he has to come in and say, boys, look, I'm here, I'm captain. I think he needs to take Virat Kohli as well as speak to him privately, and then also involve him just in the team, maybe just in a chat. Maybe it doesn't have to be in field placements or anything, but I think he just needs to talk to him because Indian cricket is in a rough patch right now, and you need to have a pumped Virat Kohli, someone who is encouraging the team. And I think someone like a Rohit Sharma can also benefit from that.
Absolutely, I think it's very important these senior pros kind of just step up. In times of crisis, you need these kind of players to really step up, and the likes of Rohit, Virat, Bumrah. These guys are your mainstay batsmen, mainstay players now. KL Rahul. These guys really need to take a step back, look at themselves as well, and then just go forward from there. And I think it's just a matter of like just small fine tunings, and they'll be back on course.
100%. Yeah, let's see how that goes. I think it's the West Indies tour first, 3 1 days, three T20s, and it's in Ahmedabad and Kolkata. No surprises there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think we'll get you the latest from that. Before that, no, after that will be the auction. So side by side, we'll be discussing what's happening in the auction as well. Also for the quarterfinals, just quick predictions. If you want, I can give you the predictions. But under 19 quarterfinals. So there's
So,
England, Africa.
yeah. That's going to be an interesting one, I think. But I think South Africa might nick that one.
I'm influencing everybody about this new
Yeah, you are.
I've been his what do you call it?
I want him to be getting the big bucks in the IPL already. I'm thinking of so far ahead for him.
I need to get a cut, man. I've been promoting him like crazy. A lot of people have. I like doing that, just overhyping them. But honestly, he looks really good. And South Africa have another batsman as well, Van der Heesen or something like that. He's also excellent. He scored 100 in the last game. But looking forward to that. England also, they have a very good new ball pairing with the ball and a few talented batsmen. So it's going to be a close one. But like I said, I think South Africa is going to nick it. And then the other semi-final, the other quarterfinal, this Pakistan Australia. I think
That's
Pakistan.
again that's again an interesting one. But I think Pakistan, because of the form that they are in, I think batting and bowling they've been really pushing it. So I think Pakistan,
Yeah, I think
go for
Pakistan,
it.
their bowling has been outstanding. Fielding has been outstanding. Batting, it's been a bit like
But they still
honestly,
scored like a 300 plus against I think
they
what was it, a Mino team or something like that. Yeah,
They did, but when they played Afghanistan, they could have easily been all out for 210, 220, collapsing. They were like 150 for two, and they went like 200 for eight. Then the last two batsmen took them to 240. That might
right,
not
right.
not be possible. So you depended on your tail end to do that. So I think there is kind of an issue there. But I see Pakistan in the semifinals. I think they'll beat Australia. Australia got smashed by Sri Lanka again. Playing spin is going to be an issue for Australia. I think that's where Pakistan will have major grip. It's like the first team as well. Maybe not these days, but especially in the under 19 level, they do have some difficulties playing spin. Then you have India, Bangladesh, which is the repeat final of 2020.
Revenge is on the card. I think India will win that one.
You think so? And hopefully their captain, vice captain will be back. Yash Dhul and Sheikh. If
Yeah.
they're back, then that will really pump India up. And then the last one is Afghanistan, Sri Lanka. This is going to be very tight. I think this is going to be the best one. But
Sri
keeping
Lanka
Sri
maybe.
Lanka, they've really impressed me in this tournament. They've been the
Yeah.
most impressive team, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think they've been fantastic. They like Sri Lanka. You always have these all round options, and I'm so engrossed in these all round options these days that I think that's the thing that, especially in 50 overs cricket, which is a format that's starting to kind of rust a little bit. I think
Hmm.
that these all round options, middle overs, sometimes when things getting a little bit out of hand, these having
Who's
that
running?
extra.
Who's running their cricket, like the administration? Do you know? Is it
Oh.
Jarvardhana is involved, or is Sangakkara involved, or
I'm not
because
100% sure,
always,
to be honest.
always
I
I can
know
imagine.
Chaminda Vas is in their staff. That's all I know.
Yeah. No,
But
no, I'm just
no,
saying in
that's the
general.
main team. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah.
No, no, that's what I'm talking about, like general Sri Lankan cricket, not under 19, because Sri Lankan cricket, we saw the T20 World Cup, and now the under 19, they've been very impressive. T20, yes, they
Mhm.
didn't reach the semifinals, but they caused problems in that.
Yeah.
And a lot of youngsters, I think, we mentioned already, in 2-3 years' time, the Sri Lankan team will challenge.
Yeah.
And now with this under 19 batch coming in the next 10 years, also they'll be able to challenge if they have this kind of batch. It's now just about staying away from corruption and backing the guys, I guess.
Absolutely, I think that I think that low phase or the dark phase is kind of behind them. They can see light at the end of the tunnel now. It's just a matter of getting there and making sure that there's no surprises, so to say, in the next few seasons of their cricket. And I think we can see another challenging Sri Lankan side that we used to see in the early part of 2000s. The 2011 World Cup finals. Comes to mind.
Yeah.
The fantastic players. Every time Sri Lanka comes in, you always have few players that really spring to mind are the likes of Sangakkara, Jayawardene, Chaminda Vas from Pravipas, Murli Tharan. They have some legends in their teams as well. So I hope that some consistency can really start to show in the Sri Lankan side now.
Yeah, definitely. We need Sri Lankan cricket and South African cricket to be
To be
back where
back.
it was.
Yeah.
Growing up, they were outstanding, and not only did they cause India problems, they caused the world problems. South Africa and Sri Lanka were always in semi-finals here and there, whether it's World Cups or Champions trophies. These two teams always, probably not the favorites at the start, but always caused problems, and every team was aware of these kind of teams. Whether it was Sri Lanka or South Africa.
Right. Absolutely, I agree 100%.
We've seen Pakistan come back, kind of they're looking strong now. So hopefully these two teams as well come back. But yeah, I think that wraps it up in terms of the under 19. Is there any questions that you want to ask me for regarding anything PSL,
Oh.
IPL, under 19, or anything you want to discuss?
No, no, not really. I think you're the man in touch with everything more than I am as well. So
So
you
is
always
there
have all your bases covered. So I can't throw surprises at you like you do at me.
no, I mean, no, as much as like the research that I've done, I think for the under 19, honestly, I'm enjoying it. Like, I don't know why it's just a kind of tournament, because it's the next generation. In 10 years,
Yeah,
we're gonna see these guys dominate.
yeah,
I was just watching, like, those ads that come up. You see Babar Azam as a 19-year-old. You see
yeah.
all these guys playing
Kane
T20.
Williamson, Virat Kohli.
Markram was playing in Dubai in 2014. Imagine
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Markram and these guys are. Who else was in that one? Rishabh Pant, Ishan Kishan.
Punt, yeah. Rishabh
Uh,
Pant's shocking dismissal where he was lazy to get back in the crease. I
yeah,
think it's been running around the thing in Twitter
yeah.
recently. I saw it. I think I saw it. So
He
yeah, it's
was
funny.
playing under Ishan Kishan in that one. I think West Indies won that, and in that one there was Hetmeyer and Puran and these guys.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Right, right, right. Wow. Yeah,
So
we're
yeah,
old,
so
man.
yeah, there's always players coming out of there, like especially there. But yeah, I think
True, true.
pretty much wraps it up. If there's any news in terms of IPL, do let us know whenever. And
I wish. Yeah, I will.
yeah, but enjoy the game tomorrow. England, South Africa. It's going to be a good game under 19. Looking forward to it, and I'll
Yep,
discuss it with
yep.
you. And then the Thursday, the PSL starts, so we'll go through that as well. Some really good players to watch out for there.
Definitely.
Take care, man.
I take care.